Hello, everyone, and welcome to our leadership podcast. Today, we're speaking about leading people who are in crisis. This is not a simple topic, and I'm definitely not the expert on this topic, but I have experienced many occasions where people have sat in front of me or been on the phone and said, I am in crisis, whether it was in their marriage, financial, spiritual, emotional. There are so many different types of crises that we can speak about. I want to just share one simple thought based on one scripture, and I'm going to share one story with you. My main thought that I'd like to share with you is this: that God's desire for us as leaders is to lead our people through the crisis instead of just trying to remove them from the crisis. Now, in saying that, you may say that sounds very harsh. There are occasions where, as leaders, we need to step in and say, this is a terrible situation you find yourselves in. Let's try and get you out of this. If there's, for example, physical abuse involved, or if there's a desperate financial need, we can't just uh, leave people stranded. We need to help, we need to step in. But on most occasions, when there is a difficult season that a person is going through, I'd like to say, based on something that I've experienced before and also based on scripture, that God uses those seasons for a reason. And that's why, as leaders, we need to walk side by side with our people, not their eyes focused on us, their eyes focused on Jesus, and us spurring them on through that time. I base that thought on the book of Romans, where Paul speaks and he says that God takes us through seasons where he wants us to persevere. Now, I'm paraphrasing here. He wants us to persevere. And the result of this perseverance, this pressing on, this eyes on Jesus, the time that I think of is Joseph in prison. His focus was, God, I know that you still have a plan for me. I'm persevering. But that perseverance results in character and God shaping us and God preparing us. And the result of that character building is that there's hope within us. Why? I've just been through the season, or I'm going through the season because God has a plan for me. He's shaping me for a reason. And that's what's so exciting. And we don't want to take that away from our people. That's why it's so important to walk side by side with them, leading them through that season, instead of just trying to remove them and finding an exit plan. Many years ago, I found myself in a very difficult space. For about a year, I went through a dark time. And there were many moments where I just needed to sit with someone, a leader in the church, who could sit with me and pray with me, encourage me, give some wisdom. I did think on a regular basis, sitting next to a leader, please just remove me from this situation. Find a way for me to get out of it. But those words never came out of any of the leaders' mouths. And I'm so grateful for it today. I think if I was just removed from that situation, that some of the things that God wanted to do inside of me would not have happened. And today I stand here very grateful, saying that I went through that difficult season, which was one of many before, but this one in particular I have in my mind, where God shaped me and prepared me for the season that I'm in now. So these leaders, what they did was they walked with me, they journeyed with me, they encouraged me, they helped me look at scripture, helped me keep my eyes on Jesus, and I was able to persevere. And the result was character was shaped inside of me. I was shaped and I was prepared for the next season. And so the lesson that I learned from that is, when people come to us who are in crisis and we try and find a way for them to get out, or we try and make a plan, or we try, share as many wise words as possible, um, the result is that people could potentially become leader dependent people. We want our people to become God dependent. And so I want to leave you with that picture of us as leaders walking side by side through the crisis with people, keeping their eyes on Jesus instead of them focused on us and hoping for the exit plan, the solution to come from us. I pray that this makes sense, and I pray that this helps you in your leadership journey. God bless.